Lawrence Alma Tadema, 1836–1912, was a renowned painter who spent the majority of his life in Britain and established himself as one of the most celebrated and highly compensated artists during the Victorian era. He had a predilection for painting historical subjects, often drawing inspiration from antiquity or the Merovingian period. However, he incorporated his British contemporaries as models and seamlessly transported them into historical settings with minimal alteration. This aspect of his approach contributed to his success. While few people could envision what ancient Egyptians or Greeks truly looked like, Tadema's depictions of their contemporaries amidst exotic ancient landscapes felt closer and more vivid. Nonetheless, Tadema was not an escapist fantasist. He meticulously researched historical backgrounds and paid great attention to detail. Consequently, his paintings are not only aesthetically captivating but also hold scholarly value as historical references. Yet, Tadema's reputation among posterity remains ambivalent. Unlike universally recognized artistic geniuses such as Modigliani or Vincent van Gogh, who endured poverty while forging innovative styles unappreciated by their contemporaries, Tadema enjoyed considerable wealth from his art. His paintings were in high demand, and he even received a knighthood. However, shortly after his death, the artist faded into obscurity, and his works came to be regarded as embodiments of bad taste. Nevertheless, this disfavor was short-lived, as Lawrence Tadema's paintings are now once again sought after, admired for their beauty, aestheticism, and as exquisite examples of Victorian art. The life of the artist was far from easy. As a child, he faced grave illness, and the fear of death haunted him throughout his formative years. This sense of mortality compelled him to live and create with urgency, solidifying his identity as an individual. Tadema possessed a profound understanding of the era he depicted, displaying a keen interest in archaeology and actively participating in excavations. Consequently, his paintings bear no inaccuracies. However, even this did not shield him from the criticisms of his detractors. They claimed that he simply traced individuals from photographs and inserted their images into historical settings, making only superficial alterations, often leaving attractive women without clothing, as such paintings were easier to sell. Nevertheless, this was Tadema's distinctive artistic style, and he rarely relied on photographs, given his ample access to models as a respected and serious painter. Tadema was born into the family of a Dutch notary and was the sixth child. Alma, his given name, became a part of the family name in Britain. Detractors speculated that the artist intentionally adopted this practice to ensure prominent placement in catalogues. Lawrence experienced the loss of his father at an early age, just 4 years old, and was raised by his mother, who recognized his talent for painting and took him to a local artist for guidance. He pursued independent studies and drew inspiration from the works of Leonardo da Vinci. Simultaneously, his fascination with history and archaeology grew during his high school years. At the tender age of 15, he received a daunting diagnosis, for that time, consumption. Believing his time on Earth to be limited, Lawrence resolved not to squander a single moment and wholeheartedly dedicated himself to his artistic pursuits. He enrolled at the Academy of Fine Arts in Antwerp, where he established himself as a consummate perfectionist. Any work that fell short of his standards was promptly destroyed, as he relentlessly pursued perfection in all aspects of his craft. At the age of 26, he married the daughter of a French writer. During their honeymoon, the young couple embarked on a transformative journey to Rome, which profoundly influenced Lawrence's artistic direction. From that point forward, antiquity became the central theme of his work. Arriving in England at the age of 32, Tadema was already a widower, having lost his first wife to smallpox. His sojourn in Britain proved highly successful. He met Laura Epps, whom he married, and gained recognition as an exceptional artist. He joined the esteemed Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, became an academician of the Academy of Arts, received numerous accolades and titles, and even acquired a house that became an iconic landmark in London. The convergence of various factors played a role in his success: the British affinity for classical salon portraits and realism, Lawrence's aspiration to cater to these tastes, the primness of British society, the strict moralism of the Victorian era, and his paintings, featuring nude beauties amidst historical settings, which managed to toe the line of propriety. Perhaps this is why Tadema began incorporating figures resembling his contemporaries, especially alluring young women and ladies, into his historical works. Depicting them in an improper form would have been deemed scandalous and vehemently condemned. Consequently, the artist skillfully veiled British beauties under the guise of antiquity and historical scenes. It comes as no surprise that his works were highly sought after during that time, but were swiftly forgotten as the Victorian era drew to a close. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel not to miss new interesting videos. See you soon.